Democratic convention, Sky News All-Star Danica DiGiorgio has exposed Kamala Harris's cringiest moments.
Now it's time for lefties losing it, starting with the bumbling, bizarre, broken record, Kamala Harris, and her strange and, quite frankly, abnormal obsession with repeating the same lines over and over and over and over.
This is going to be a humbling thing I'm about to share with you. If someone is 18 years old today, they were born in 2005. I love Gen Z. I love Gen Z. It will be a humbling moment for some of us to realize that anyone who is 18 now was born in 2005. I love Gen Z. I love Gen Z. So think about this. Okay, first of all, it's going to be humbling for many of us when you remember or realize that someone who is 18 now was born in 2005. I have to tell you, I love Gen Z. Yes, I know, but I love Gen Z. And it will be a humbling fact to many of us when we realize that anyone who is 18 today, they were born in 2005.
My humble apologies to Gen Z and anyone born in 2005. And even more apologies to Americans who could soon be burdened by what might be.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be unburdened by what has been. 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 What we can see, what we believe can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Who we can be unburdened by who we have been.
Even the same arm every time. Can someone please unburden me from the shackles of that video?
And Rita Panahi added to the cringe fest.
And it's the wildly unpopular and incompetent Kamala Harris who is right now seen as their best chance. Yes, this woman.
We all watched the television coverage of just yesterday. That's on top of everything else that we know and don't know yet, based on what we've just been able to see. And because we've seen it or not doesn't mean it hasn't happened. But just limited to what we have seen.
She highlighted Kamala's ineptitude when it comes to foreign policy.
And don't ever have Kamala try to explain international conflicts.
Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically, that's wrong.
That's wrong, yes it is. And by the way, she was speaking to adults there. It wasn't some discussion with fourth graders.
And she also mocked the VP's pronoun obsession.
At least she didn't tell them her, I don't know, pronouns.
Good afternoon. I want to welcome these leaders for coming in to have this very important discussion about some of the most pressing issues of our time. I am Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she and her. I am a woman sitting at the table wearing a blue suit.
And Rita Panahi then went on to expose Kamala Harris's dire debating skills, which have hopefully improved if she's going to go head-to-head with Donald Trump.
And if you're wondering why she's never won a presidential primary, well, here's a reminder.
Vice President have a point there?
Some things you can, many things you can't.
Let's let the senator answer.
Well, I mean, I would just say, hey, Joe, instead of saying no, we can't, let's say yes, we can.
Let's be constitutional. We got a constitution.
And yes, we can, because he reminds me of that guy in The Wizard of Oz. You know, when you pull back the curtain, it's a really small dude.
Okay.
And who can forget this golden moment when Tulsi Gabbard demolished Kamala and her rotten record?
Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
And Danica DiGiorgio mocked Kamala Harris's obsession with time travel.
Now to Kamala's part-time obsession with time travel.
To see the moment in time in which we exist. During Women's History Month, we celebrate and we honor the women who made history, the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time. It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day.
You know, this time travel thing has really got me